You already know which side is yours, and so does he. You walk into the bedroom, and there he is, curled up exactly where you sleep, on your pillow, on your blanket, in the precise outline of the space your body has made over hundreds of nights. Not the middle of the bed, not the other side, yours. And you've probably laughed about it. Maybe you've gently nudged him over to make room. Maybe you've taken a photo because it's too perfect not to. But underneath the amusement, there's a question you keep coming back to. Why that spot? Of all the places he could choose, the couch, the floor, his own bed, why does he always come back to exactly where you sleep? The answer is one of the most quietly beautiful things science has ever uncovered about dogs. And once you understand it, you will never look at that little bed thief the same way again. Think about the last time you walked in and found him there. His eyes probably opened slowly when he heard you come in. Maybe his tail gave one or two lazy thumps against the mattress. And then he settled right back in, completely unbothered, as if he had every right in the world to be exactly there. Which, as it turns out, from his perspective, he does. Because that spot isn't just a comfortable place to sleep. To your dog, that spot is the single most comforting location in his entire world. It is saturated with your scent, shaped by your body, warmed by your presence over hundreds of nights. It is to him as close as he can get to you when you're not there. He isn't stealing your spot. He is going to the place that feels most like you. And the fact that he does it consistently, instinctively, without being taught, that tells you something about how deeply you are embedded in his sense of safety and home. Let's go back about 15,000 years. Before dogs were pets, before they had beds and toys and names, they were pack animals who slept in tight groups. And those sleeping arrangements were not random, they were deeply intentional. In a wild canine group, the individuals who slept in physical contact or in the closest proximity were the ones with the strongest bonds. Sleeping next to someone in that vulnerable unconscious state was the ultimate expression of trust. The dog who slept closest to the leader of the pack wasn't doing it for warmth alone. He was doing it because that was the safest place in the world, the most protected, the most certain. Your dog still carries this. Every single night when he chooses where to sleep, he is making a choice that echoes 15,000 years of pack behavior. And the choice he makes, again and again, is you, your side, your scent, your space. He is not just sleeping in your spot. He is choosing, at the deepest level of his instincts, to sleep as close to his pack leader as he possibly can. Now let's talk about the scent, because this is where it becomes almost impossible to fully comprehend. Your side of the bed is, to your dog's nose, one of the richest scent environments in the entire home. It holds your scent at every layer. The warmth trapped in the sheets, the impression of your body in the mattress, the traces left on your pillow over months and years. It is a complete, layered, extraordinarily detailed record of you. And your dog's brain is built to find that overwhelming. Not in a bad way, in the most profoundly comforting way imaginable. Research from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna found that a dog's stress response is significantly reduced when they are exposed to the scent of their primary attachment figure. Not the presence of the owner, just the scent alone. The smell of you, embedded in that mattress and those sheets, creates a measurable physiological calming effect in your dog's nervous system. When your dog curls up on your side of the bed, he is not just resting his body, he is bathing his nervous system in the most calming stimulus he has access to. He is surrounding himself with the scent of the person who makes him feel most safe in the world. And he does this by choice. Every single time. There's a study you need to know about. Researchers at Emory University, the same team that pioneered dog brain imaging research, found something remarkable when they scanned dogs' brains while exposing them to different scents. The owner's scent activated the reward center of the dog's brain more than any other stimulus they tested. More than the smell of food, more than the smell of other dogs, more than anything else in the dog's sensory world. Your scent is, neurologically speaking, the single greatest reward your dog's brain can experience. And your side of the bed is where that reward lives when you're not in the room. It is the highest concentration of the thing his brain finds most valuable, most comforting, most right. When he sleeps there, he is choosing the highest possible version of comfort that exists in his world. He doesn't know the science, but his brain knows exactly what it's doing. Here's what I want you to sit with for a moment. Every dog in the world has a choice about where to sleep. Some choose the couch, some choose a sunny patch of floor, some rotate through different spots throughout the day. But the dog who comes back to your side of the bed, specifically your side, specifically your pillow, specifically the exact warm hollow where your body rests, that dog is making a declaration. Not with words, because he doesn't have them, but with behavior, which is something more honest than words have ever been. He is saying, of everything available to me in this entire home, this is the best place. Not because it's the softest or the warmest or the most strategically located, because it smells like you, because it holds the shape of you, because lying here is the closest thing to lying next to you, and lying next to you is what his entire nervous system understands as home. Researchers who study canine attachment behavior use a term for this kind of proximity seeking. They call it contact maintenance. It is the drive to remain as physically close as possible to the primary attachment figure, even when that figure is absent. And it is one of the clearest behavioral markers of deep, secure, lasting emotional attachment. Your dog doesn't sleep on your side of the bed because it's a habit. He sleeps there because you are his home. And when you're not there, he goes to the next best thing. There's one more thing I want to tell you, and it's the part that will stay with you. Animal behaviorists who study sleep in domestic dogs have noted something that seems obvious once you hear it, but that most people never stop to think about. Sleep is the most vulnerable state any living creature enters. When an animal is asleep, they cannot protect themselves. They cannot react. They cannot flee. Every animal on Earth, at some instinctive level, chooses where to sleep based on one question: where am I safest? Your dog has answered that question. He has answered it not once, but hundreds of times, every single night, with the same answer. The safest place in the world is where you are. And when you're not there, the safest place in the world is where you were. That is not a dog being cute. That is not a dog being stubborn or territorial or spoiled. That is an animal placing its most vulnerable self at its most exposed moment, in the location it associates most completely with safety and love and home. Every single time you find him there, that is what you are looking at. So the next time you walk into the bedroom and find him there, eyes half open, tail giving that slow, lazy thump, completely certain he belongs exactly where he is, let yourself understand what you're actually seeing. You're not looking at a dog who stole your spot. You're looking at a dog who loves you so deeply that even the outline of your absence is more comforting than anywhere else in the world. Move over a little. Let him stay. Does your dog do this? Which side of the bed does he always end up on? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one and I want to hear your story. And if you want to understand the 5 other things your dog does while you sleep that show you just how much he trusts you, that video is right here. Don't miss it.